Hello! How the fudge you doing? Hey guys, DField here, and welcome back to another Rocket League video. Now today, guys, I am going to be doing a little bit of Rocket League gameplay. I hope you guys don't mind, but I decided I would just switch it up a little bit because today's topic that I'm going to be talking about on video for you guys is just going to be a little bit different, alright? It's going to be something that is going to make you guys question everything that you guys, well, not really everything. It's just gonna question your morality. So this is kind of like a moral dilemma episode. Let me know if you guys like this idea, and if you guys enjoy today's topic, let me know in the comment sections below, because I feel like, I don't know, like these types of scenarios would be something that would happen or could happen, and you know, it'd be pretty interesting to find out what you guys would do in a specific scenario. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the gameplay on. Obviously, I'm not talking over the gameplay, so I will be kind of a little bit focused on that as well. Hopefully you guys don't mind that too much, but here we go. Here's the scenario, guys. So I looked up a couple of possible scenarios on Google, and basically one of the best ones that I saw was this scenario right here. Ready? Everybody pay attention. So imagine that you are an emergency care worker, so one of those people who work at the ambulance, right? You're an ambulance worker, and you were just called out for a call, and you figured out that in the call, the person, as you pull up into the accident scene, the person that was actually in the accident was your wife. You know, it could be your girlfriend, whoever it is, all right? So your significant other. Now, in this scenario, your wife is obviously very hurt, but as you pull in closer to the scene, you realize that she is in the driver's seat of her car. There is another man. Now, obviously, without too much assumptions, you could obviously assume that she was having an affair or something, and she was cheating on you. So you have to decide in this scenario whether or not you want to save your wife or this man that she was with. Now, here's the thing. Your wife is critically bleeding, and there is a very, very, very small, slim chance that you can save her, right? So with that little scenario right there, remind you, with that scenario right there, your wife is in grave critical condition, and there's only like a 1% chance that she will survive. On the other hand, the person that she is having an affair with is bleeding by the neck, and it is actually possible to help out this person and actually let them live. There's a 100% chance for this person to live, but if you do help and choose to help this other man, your wife will surely die. What do you do in this scenario, guys? What do you do in this scenario? I hope I explained that very well. Kind of just trying to do it in the middle of the game, but let me go over it one more time. You're an emergency worker. You've been called to a scene of an accident, and when you arrive, you see that the car belongs to your wife or your significant other. Fearing the worst, you rush over to see that she is trapped in the car with another man. She sees you, and although she's unconscious, or she sees you, and although barely conscious, she manages to mouth the words, "I'm sorry." So you can only assume that she's probably having an affair. You reel back in shock, devastated, etc., etc., and you look at and see her lover, and he's bleeding heavily from a wound to the neck. So you guys need to decide if you would rather save your significant other or risk... Wait, let me rephrase this, because this is going to be one of those things that you guys have to talk about. And, you know, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer, guys. This is, what would you do in this scenario, all right? Would you risk the life of your wife? Your wife is basically, she has a 1% chance to survive, all right? Or do you save the... Oh my god, that guy just scored for me. Or do you save the person that she's having an affair with, but for certain that she will die? So that is, if you tend to your wife, like your wife, the man is gonna die. You know, the man will bleed to death. But if you choose to work on the man and help out the man, then your wife is not gonna survive because she's critically wounded. What would you guys do in this scenario? I'm quite interested as to what you guys would do in this scenario. Now, oh my gosh, there's so many like codes, there's so many moral tendencies that are gonna come with this question, and I know a lot of you guys are there's gonna be a comment war just in the there's gonna be a war in the comment section, I can already tell. But what do you guys do in this scenario? Do you help out the man or do you help out your wife? Like, I honestly, oh, this is so hard, guys. Like, I'm gonna tell you guys what I would do, but I don't know if it's the right thing. But I would personally help out the man, because with a little bit of the medical background that I do have, with the medical classes that I took during college, and if this girl, if my wife or significant other were wounded, like critically wounded to the point where I couldn't save her, I would try at least to save the one person that has the higher chance of survival. So in this scenario, it would be the person that she was having an affair with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would go and save him. Like, regardless of who he is, if I have the chance to save the life, I think I would have to go for that, because there's no way that I take that small chance. Although she is my wife, which I understand could be, you know, could change the scenario a little bit for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people with those, you know, with a significant other might be choosing differently in a scenario such as this, because, you know, obviously you love her. You would take that 1% chance to live if that were the case. So what would you guys do in this scenario? I really want to hear your guys' comments. I'm going to be reading through the entire comment section all of Saturday and Sunday just to see what my audience would do. So remember, the scenario is you're an emergency worker and you are in charge, or you get called to a scene and you realize that it is your wife's car. But as you guys pull up closer to the scene, you realize that she is with another man in the passenger seat, and she whispers to you as she's barely unconscious, or as she's barely conscious, that she's very sorry. What do you do in this scenario, guys? What do you do in this scenario? Would you help the man, or would you help your wife? Let me know in the comment section below. I could not have planned that any better. Look at that. We just finished the game as I finished that. I would personally help the man. I feel like I could save that man. And although she is very critically wounded, I can't do anything really to help her. And I would help out the best that I could with the other person. What would you guys do in this scenario? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let the comment war begin.